Hello, called and chosen people. I pray all is well with you. I pray everyone is keeping well. So good to be with you guys again. So I know 2 weeks ago we started talking about the adrenals, thyroid disorder, and so on, right? And the main thing I discussed with you guys last week, which I hope everyone has been working on, is just downplaying stress, managing stress, right? And just making sure that whatever it is that is going on, it's not worth your health. Okay. So today we're just going to talk a bit about the thyroid gland, and then we're going to talk about management of the adrenals and the thyroid holistically without depending on prescription medication. Okay, so the thyroid gland is a tiny gland in the neck, right? It controls a lot of organ system function, right? So when there's a disorder or imbalance of the thyroid, whether hypo or hyper, it actually affects all those organ systems. So, for example, if the thyroid is 10% or rather destroyed or not functioning for about 10%, then that means those organ systems, the brain, the heart, liver, right, gastrointestinal system, are functioning 10% less, because the thyroid gland is actually needed to activate the powerhouse of the body, which is the mitochondria. Without that, nothing works. So typically for us to see abnormal thyroid function test, which is a typical T3, T4, TSH, then we need 30% of the thyroid function is gone. So that means if 30% of thyroid function is gone, that means 30% of all these other systems are gone. So people present with weight gain, right? All forms of mental disorder, whether it's bipolar, depression, anxiety, like mood disorders, irritability, right? Brain fog, right? Sometimes palpitations, sometimes as in frank heart disease, right? So all the symptoms are because of those organ systems that are associated with the thyroid. So you have two, the main thyroid hormone is T4, which is the inactive thyroid hormone, but it has to be converted to T3 for any part of the body to work, right? So 25% of this conversion occurs in the gastrointestinal system. 50% of it occurs in the liver, and 25 or the remaining 25% occurs in other parts of the body like your skin. But when I saw that 25% of it occurs in the guts, I'm telling you guys, when God created us, He wasn't playing. It was very precise. Remember, we've been talking about gut health, right? And how important it is. Happy gut, happy life, right? So we've talked about symptoms of an imbalanced thyroid. So chronic fatigue, right? You walk a mile, but you feel as if you've walked 10 miles. And there's this, you can't recover from the fatigue. It's like no matter how many hours you sleep, no matter the vacation or rest you take, you're still chronically tired. Insomnia, right? Muscle aches, right? People will go walk in their yard and come back, and then they're unable to get out of bed after doing like minimal yard work, right? So it's all pointing to the thyroid. And remember, what we're talking about, stress, right? High persistent stress, high cortisol, high estrogen, low progesterone, right? Adrenals turned off, and then thyroid insufficiency. So you see that cascade. What's the first thing? Stress. So I'm always going to hammer on that, because guys, it's not worth it. It's really not. So our goal today now is, what can I do to correct this? What can I do without breaking the bank, so to say, right? Or being on prescription to correct this. So the first thing is testing, because you want to see what exactly is wrong, right? So if is it a hormonal problem, right? Is my cascade, my hormonal cascade, like out of whack, right? So I know for the labs, they do like simple tests, right, that are very insufficient. So I always recommend a Dutch test if it's a hormonal problem. And the next thing I'm always talking about is a stool analysis, right? So a functional stool analysis, not just H. pylori, but you want to find out what is going on. What's my gut microbiome index, right? Is my quantity fine? Is my alpha diversity or beta diversity, which is quantity and quality, are they good, right? What is my secretory IgA? What is going on with fermentation of carbohydrates and protein, right? So all these things help guide treatment. What is going on with the neurotransmitters that are produced in the gut that are causing, right, the bipolar disorder, and then the anxiety and depression? So testing is extremely important. complete metabolic profile, right? So I really do a lot of testing, right? I like doing that because it helps point me in the right direction. So the next thing now is to cut back stress. Once you find the etiology, right, which we always do, next thing is to cut back stress. In more people than not, we found that stress is a major thing, whether it's emotional, physical, spiritual, marital, whatever it is, even the dog stress, right? Whatever it is has to be managed appropriately. And then the next thing is prescription going to help on a short term? Because yes, prescription can help, right, for some people. So we've used things like amothyroid, which I prefer to levothyroxine, but some people actually react better or respond better to levothyroxine, which is a synthetic form of thyroid hormone. Remember, these medications just have effects on T4, which is the inactive. You still have to do the work to convert to T3. One thing we've seen that actually helps with conversion, not a whole lot, just minimally, is low dose naltrexone, right? So usually for patients, I send them to a compounding pharmacy to get that, right? Because the ones in typical pharmacy are such high dose. I don't want you to like start being hyperapnic, right? Okay, then yoga, exercise, any form of exercise that is relaxing. Some people like jumping and all that, and their thyroid can tolerate that, while some their thyroid cannot tolerate. So you find what works for you. Guys, remember, this management is personalized, it's individualized. You want to make sure that you're working with your physician or your healthcare provider. Don't go do all this on your own, right? You want to make sure that you're actually in the right place with the right person that you're comfortable with to help you get your health back. Then things like gut healing protocol, which is what we call it, right? So reducing the chemicals in your body, right? Making sure that you're mostly plant-based, right? I always say start your day with vegetables, end your day with vegetables, right? Make sure that before any your main meal that you're having at least 2 cups of vegetables. It doesn't matter, raw, steamed, baked, just eat it, right? And there are green powders, like organic green powders, you can actually get as well. Then you want to make sure that your foods are like plants, high density and low calorie foods, right? You're fuller longer, but your gut microbiome will be happier, right? Your skin microbiome will be happier, right? Okay, then making sure that you're drinking water, right? Coffee, green tea is not water, right? Water, make sure you're drinking up to half of your body weight in ounces. If you're exercising, you want to add at least 20 to 30 ounces more of purified water. Then sleep, making sure you're sleeping well. And most of the, like one of the symptoms for thyroid disorder was insomnia. So one of the things that we need to do now is, why is it happening? By the time you start feeling better, you start sleeping better. Sometimes people need help with prescription for that before they actually start to see results. We talked about exercise, we talked about probiotic digestive enzymes in previous videos. Then adaptogens. So adaptogens are those things that help your system adapt, right? So antioxidants can help your system adapt. So a good liquid multivitamin would actually help, right? They have lots of adaptogens in them. Maca, right? You want also mushroom, like medicinal mushrooms, like reishi mushrooms, right? All these things are very calming and help. Now remember, this is all in synchronicity. So you're not going to go drink maca powder and feel like I'm all that, I'm done. No, it has to be in synchronicity, right? Then making sure that your multivitamin has vitamin B5, right? Omega-3s, making sure it's plant-based omega-3s. Then B6, magnesium, fulvic acid, all these things help. Goji berries, right? Acai, these are like very potent antioxidants, delicious for you. So I'm going to cut that short for now. So remember, treatment is individualized, right? Do not do this alone. Make sure you talk with your healthcare provider. These are just tips that I give you to let you know that you don't have to be dependent on prescription medication. Now remember to like, share, and subscribe. Don't keep this information to yourself, because many people say, oh, Dr. Kwala, the videos are helping me. And I'm like, who did you share it with? Right? You want to share with people, right? Get people, help people get their health back. So if you have any questions or comments, all right, always leave it in the chat section below, or call us, right? Reach out to us on our website, and we'll definitely get in touch with you. Now remember, God wants you well. You're his priority, and we are so excited that you are getting well, right? Your health is important. And I pray that you understand how precious you are. All right. Have a blessed week ahead, and I'm going to see most of you soon. Take care.